So, it happened again. Puppy Playtime Chapter 3 is out.
I knew it would come out soon. But really, is there anything new to talk about here?
Why, yes, there is a new area to explore, and there are new gameplay elements.
Of course, but that was the same in Chapter 2.
No, not really. There are now jump pads you can use to get higher.
Great! We get bloody trampolines that you need to press down on. And I know there's also this flare gun, which is kind of like a glorified flashlight. But is there anything else worth talking about? Aside from the story, I mean.
Well, not really, no.
Just what I thought. You know, there's a real problem. Every new game is basically the same thing, it just looks different.
What do you mean it's all the same? There has to be something new here.
No, there's just nothing new to this kind of stuff. We've seen this all the time. And I'm not just talking about Puppy Playtime, but horror games in general. Most notably these gimmicky fad games we've been getting for the past 10 years or so. It all started with Five Nights at Freddy's. It was unique at first, but then we got like 50 sequels and spin-offs. One of the new ones was Security Breach. That game played more like Slender than anything. And speaking of Slender, that was a game that got done to death too. No matter how many times it got remade, all you had to do was collect stuff. And this was all the same in the Granny games. Again, that got remade a ridiculous amount of times, but the gameplay was all the same. Find object, avoid enemy, distract enemy, use object to escape. All kinds of games have been made that play exactly like Granny, but have nothing to do with Granny. And that brings us to Hello Neighbor. That game plays a lot like Granny, doesn't it? Do you see what I'm talking about now? There's nothing original left in these games anymore. Going back to Puppy Playtime, that's not an original concept either. You explore a dark facility with monsters lurking about. I can't even tell where that came from, but more and more games copy that idea. By the time Garden of Batman came, we all knew that, okay, this is all a joke.
But Garten has its own story, and the visuals are also different. Quite minimalistic.
That's true. All of these games have stories of their own. Puppy Playtime has a great story, from what I can tell anyway. And the visuals look amazing, especially Chapter 3.
See? There are some things to come back for.
Yes, but to think that this is the only saving grace of the game. The visuals and the narrative. And it gets worse when you realize that this is the case for every horror game that came out in the last few years.
Where are you going with this?
I don't know. You can play the games if you want to. But it says a lot about the industry right now.
As low as the gaming industry can go.